Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. If you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these topics, subjects, looking for investment opportunities, sharing those opportunities with everybody in the community. I do spend quite a bit of time searching companies. I search through ETFs. I search through different methods using artificial intelligence to find certain things that I'm looking for. I've got the knowledge to kind of size them all up using technical analysis and then dive into the fundamentals if there's something that interests me. If you want to be a part of that, sign up, special with the coupon code. You can be way into looking at these companies and investments, or you can just kind of be half-hearted, half-footed in there, and you just want to get more exposure across all these different commodity companies. If that interests you, so special is the coupon code, 50% off the first month only on a monthly membership and a $100 discount on the yearly membership. All right, let's dive in, see what's going on today. And again, I'm in the camp that the dollar could strengthen. Uh, the reason the reason I say this is, guys, this pattern is literally a double bottom, and we saw this double bottom here and here historically. It's a falling wedge into a double bottom. This is a falling wedge into a double bottom, and this particular area right there, it's a surge into a pennant flag formation. It is a bullish formation. So generally, when you have a falling wedge, we've got one falling wedge here and a second one here, and the double bottom, and a false breakdown that did not transpire into anything more than that. So we came off that bottom strong and not much selling pressure there. So that looks good to go higher based off of the chart pattern. Usually, on the bigger picture view, when the dollar goes up, interest rates are going up. So that's bigger picture view. Short term today, interest rates were down, but these don't look weak. They look like they're trying to bottom and work its way on up. So that's the 2 year. And again, we're towards the bottom end of this pattern there, the squeezing of this guy here. And I'm looking for maybe a potential move higher. Now that goes against Trump, Bessent, their talk of a weaker dollar. I'm just reading what the charts are saying, and I don't go by the narratives. A lot of the times, what you get is you get these strong bottoms, you get large impulse moves higher, and then the small leak off back to the bottom here, which is basically what we are seeing. We've got the 10-year down a little bit, down 0.9% today. Hopefully that can load quickly here. Sometimes TradingView, it's fast, and other times TradingView is slow. But it was down 0.9%. Let me try a different time frame. There it is. So we've got kind of a squeeze up going on here. I don't know, maybe I already have this all put in there, but there it is, and we're at the bottom end of that pattern there. So again, we haven't broken anything that is substantial here. And to me, this looks like we could still break higher because we entered this pattern from the downside up. So it still looks okay to me. We've got the 30-year yields that are down 0.8%, mimicking the 2 and the 10. And again, if it decides to show up here, there it is. There's the 30-year, and it's got the same pattern. We've got the resistance up top, the support coming up. We haven't broken anything of major support or resistance in either direction here. So again, we were down today, but we're still within the bigger overall pattern, which I think has a likelihood of breaking higher because we've entered it from the top side, consolidated, and then we usually break upwards. TLT bond prices are up today as yields were down. They are inversely correlated. And again, We haven't broken anything major. We've just been chopping the entire time here. That chop started in 2022. Now, if inflation picks up, I think eventually this could go down, where bond prices sell off, interest rates go up. Um, we've got the 2 and the 10, more yield curve inversion, not uninversion, inversion, more yield curve inversion, which goes against the recession people. TYX TNX ratio is flat. So there's just a small tailwind behind gold today. We had a weaker dollar, a little bit weaker yield, and this is basically flat. So gold is up about $23 an ounce. Still looks good. A little bit of selling pressure at the end of the day there, but still looks fine. We've got silver up a little bit. I know it was a little more spicy in the beginning of the day than versus the end, but still looks good. We're in an uptrend, guys. We are in an uptrend. Now, platinum's tearing it up, 4.24% today. And you know, everyone worries about the short term so much. I back out. This is what I look at, right? I look at this and I'm going, man, we're going to go up here. We're going to go 22, 2300 probably pretty quickly. So we'll probably get up there pretty quick. We may pause there and do something very similar to like the last bull market there. Maybe we get a pullback, maybe we don't, and then we rip. We'll see. But right now, longer term, this looks fantastic, and even shorter term, yeah, we had a big move today. Palladium also moving higher, 2.75%. We're back at that resistance zone, but again, bigger picture, we've got a falling wedge into a double bottom, and I think we are going to head higher over time. This setup is the same setup as this. So we could do something, and I don't know if it's going to be perfectly like this, but it's going to do something like that. And where we're located is if we were to go, and I point out to the previous bull market, where we're located, roughly speaking, is that we are like right in this section there. So we've got the double bottom, we've come on up, and we're like here, most likely is where that circle is. That's where my guess would be. And then what comes next, and obviously we had the 2008 crash, and I'm not saying that that will come, but we're going to come up and go into what I think will be a bull market over time. So from this portion there is where we're at, and then this is what transpired. Now, the ratio here is probably something around there where platinum spikes against palladium. That would be my guess. And we'll get a big spike in platinum, and palladium will be more sideways than platinum. That's my guess. XAU to gold ratio, we are down today 0.2%, not much movement in relationship to gold. So, but again, this is ridiculous, guys. We're down here, no man's land, from a ratio perspective of how cheap the gold and silver mining companies are. We've got GDX down slightly today. Is that a reversal candlestick? No, it's not. Looks fine. GDXJ, again, slight down candlestick. It's in an uptrend. And then SILJ, yep, we were down 1%. We're still in an uptrend. So no reversal candlestick. We're looking okay. We had a big major surge. Now, could there be a return move? There could be. There could be. And trying to guess what the market is going to do in the short term is very, very difficult. But that's also why I don't buy, like way up here. I prefer to buy in falling wedges. So if you want to know what we were doing on the website, I can kind of show you this falling wedge. We were looking at opportunities all through here because your lowest risk of or your greatest amount of opportunity and your lowest risk is this circle right there. Then it's right here. So those are the two spots that we were accumulating our gold and silver mining companies in for a move on up. Up here, since you're after a breakout, there's a high likelihood of a potential retest. You can get some risk here of a pullback. Now, I don't know if we're going to get a pullback, but there's a risk of one. Yes. Now, crude oil's up 2.26%. I thought we were supposed to go into crash mode like most people are saying, but I don't know. I think this looks good. The equities, a lot of the equities don't look bad, but we'll see. Again, if something transpires, an event, a demand destruction event quote that a lot of people like to quote, um, yeah, it's possible, no doubt, because that usually when they do these events, they need an entry point. So what they do is they create an event. Let's say their friends want to get an entry point, so they create an event, smoke it, buy all this, and then run it higher. It almost always happens at these corners. Like here's 9/11, here's the COVID event, and then this corner here, there'll be some sort of event that will get people scared. They'll start to, people will sell their shares, and it creates volume for big money to get an entry point. They like to do that a lot. So that is possible. I'm not saying it isn't, but we're up 2.26 today. We've got TTF gas up 1.21, and again, I think this is going higher. So what we're doing is we have a falling wedge, and then we're starting to see bigger green candlesticks show up in small reds. The sellers are getting exhausted, and the buyers are going to overrun the sellers. It's going to go up. Natural gas in America up 2.17. I think we're going to try to bottom here somewhere. It looks good to work its way on up. We've broken the downtrend line, and then we start to flatten out, and then we'll start to eventually work our way on up. Boy, XOP, yeah, you know me, up 2.37%. We do have a nasty wick at the top, so people were going. We were cruising in the morning, guys. I was enjoying that move higher, but we did come off the highs a little bit. And again, it looks good. Now we're looking for: are we going to turn over, or are we going to bust through? Because you can see we have stronger selling pressure here, and then we're coming up with smaller candlesticks, and that could roll over, maybe do a double bottom. That is possible. And if we get that, I would extremely enjoy buying more shares down there. I would. OIH cruising higher, up 2.83%. We did get a wick at the top there with some resistance. Look at the volume kick up there. And we're right at resistance here. So we're trying to punch through that resistance. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we can punch through it. Newcastle coal futures down a little bit. Uh, I'm not worried. It looks good, and I think we're going to go higher. I'm in the upward camp. The reason I'm in the upward camp is because we've got a base, we've got a breakout where the X is, and then we've got a retest. And this is generally the best time to be looking to purchase. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust down a little bit today. Oh no, should I worry? No, guys, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. There's your resistance support, that beginning of it. It looks fine, guys. We're up above that. We've broken out of the base and then the retest, and then we've broken out of this flag. And now we're breaking out of that shorter term horizontal resistance. So it looks all good on my front. Uranium price is up still, so that's looking fantastic to continue higher. And again, that's the same thing. The base, and I've been bullish since this line here. Well, I didn't enter anything in 2016. I entered it over here in 2020. I was lucky enough to get it then. URA down slightly. No reversal candlestick. And this thing looks like an absolute monster. Looks fantastic. URNM up a teeny bit. Still looks good. I got nothing here, guys. It looks good. URNJ, just a sideways little candlestick. Slightly higher today, and we're up against some resistance. We'll bust through it. It looks good. Nickel up a little bit. I like nickel here, guys. I think we're going to move higher soon. I think it looks really good. I'm pro nickel here. Copper, pro copper too, up 0.34%. Again, we've got the lows coming up. Still looks good. COPX just down ever so slightly, 0.13%, but still looks orgasmic. Orgasmic. Look at this. This is bear market. This is bottom. This is bull market. This is the bull. and then we're breaking. So that is how I view it. We got the BBs, the bull bottom. Lithium down slightly today. Is it a reversal candlestick? No, it's not. So it still looks good. Double bottom. It's a falling wedge into a double bottom, and we've broken higher. REMX falling wedge into double bottom, broken higher. And we are consolidating. Consolidations are not bad. They're just rest periods. They're just resting. We'll eventually hit it to the upside, I think. Iron ore down ever so slightly, still chopping around here. Look at that, squeezing up. Now, did I draw that perfectly? Probably not. I can always redraw. Maybe we're going to consolidate a little bit longer. Maybe not. We'll see. There it is. We've got aluminum underneath that 2650 level doing a retest. The bulk of the support is through here, and that's where we're coming and doing a retest. I think we're gonna rip higher soon. So looks good. Baltic Dry Index down a little bit, but we're in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend. This is a big pattern. This pattern here, you guys go back to geometry and you're doing all that. That's broken. That's a structure that we've broken, so that looks good to go higher. Your this here is your projected move here. So emerging markets up a little bit, still looks good. Even if we consolidate here a little bit, it doesn't matter, guys. Looks good. Move down 0.2 underneath resistance. And again, you're going to hear me say this. It looks fine. What would make me worry? I mean, even if we went this way, I would still not be worried. It's a double bottom on a falling wedge. And I would just buy more. Like, because the structure, this is all a bullish structure, the whole thing, to go higher in the long term. KRE down a little bit, looking fine, just chopping sideways. XHB up a little bit, but chopping sideways, still looks okay. We're not out of control. We don't have any big fat down candlesticks like this. That's just getting ripped. We're holding together quite well. And usually if you get the big greens, see all those big greens there, and you get small reds, it's usually a continuation pattern. Russell down a little bit. It's holding. Looks fine. SPX, same thing. It looks okay. It's holding on. We got the NASDAQ, a little bit more selling pressure. Could this come down or consolidate? It could. For me to change my mind, and I got to see some selling pressure. Now, I will say this, okay? I'm not convinced that this is going to just keep ripping. It could for a little while, but I mean, we're putting in some ugly looking patterns here. I mean, this was a breakdown there. We came back up. We broke down out of that. We have another like wedge forming here. Sometimes they do like false overthrows and they really get people messed up. But guys, the value isn't here. So I just wouldn't be messing around here. I mean, you could go buy some energy service stocks at like 30, 40 cents on the dollar. Over here, you're paying like $10 on every dollar. Like it's just not worth it. DJT up a little bit. So it looks fine. We're just chopping, doing the chop. XLI also chopping around. This is all chop here, but it's up towards highs. We got Bitcoin down a little bit, still above. This is a pretty critical support area here, so we have to break through that for me to be like, oh man, that looks pretty ugly. But right now, it looks fine. Ethereum also above critical support there. This guy. So again, we're down today. Yes, down 1%, but it still looks fine. MicroStrategy down with Bitcoin. Now, MicroStrategy, they don't make any money, guys. They just borrow money and buy Bitcoin. Like this thing could blow up so easily if Bitcoin had problems. I mean, this thing is risk on top of risk. And then the VIX is up a little bit as the S&P was down today, 0.55, but it's being held in this little. Let's do this. Let's do a rectangle here. Where's the rectangle? It's one of the here it is. It's contained in this rectangle there. Lots of trading going on in that rectangle. So that's what I'm seeing in the VIX there. Still contained. So that's all I've got for today. Give me a thumb up for the content, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website if you like. Special is a coupon code. I'll be releasing a midweek update here probably tonight, sharing my opinions about individual companies, what I really like. There's a company or two that I really do like at this time. What you'll see, just to give you a kind of an overview, I give all of my information through two ways, through midweek updates and through question and answer sessions on the weekend. So that's where the majority of it, of the value is for the website. I also have some training sessions on technical analysis and how to look at things and Elliott wave, some other things that I do that I've looked at, quadrillion billion charts where you can see my approach and the things that I kind of use as technical analysis and my approach to it and strategies. So there's some of those trainings on there. I think there's two or three of those. Um, and I share all of the individual company stuff through the midweek update. We do talk individual companies sometimes when I'm on the Q&A sessions. I may dive into an earnings call or two, or talk about a lot of earnings calls and my opinions around those earnings calls. That really plugs you into the sector when you listen to them. And I listen to I listen to shipping, energy service, oil and gas. I listen to lithium, a whole bunch of different sectors. I read some of the earnings calls and then I kind of convey it. And it also impacts my decisions on the companies themselves as well. So I do all that stuff and coal companies too, whole bunch. So if that sounds like something you want to sign up for, yeah, go for it, guys. I think there's a huge value there. If I was 20 or 30 years old and I just entered the investing space, I wish I had someone like myself. Because if I could learn what I know now earlier, and some of the mistakes that I've made, have somebody kind of say, "Hey, you know what? It's stay long here. Don't be jacking around trying to trade." Those things are good to get that kind of reassurance versus you're kind of out there, you've got your picks, you're floating in the water here. You've got a couple of companies, but you're like, do I sell? Do I buy? What do I do? Yeah, we go over that all the time. So I'm riding this whole big bull market in commodities. I'm really going for it. And yes, I've got a lot of companies with a lot of upside potential. And I'm not talking super risky stuff. I'm talking control risk, drive your risk as low as you can. And you've got companies with 10, 20x upside potential if you can get early entry points. All right, that's all I've got. We'll catch you next time, guys. See ya.